So we've had some snowy weather move in. Inspired me to do a little snow scene. Something that's just really simple. I just sketched out a little path right here. A little bit of a hill on either side of the path. And let's do a winter scene. So the first thing I want to do is wet the top of my paper in the sky area, all the way down to where the land and the sky meet. I'm going to pick up some Daniel Smith Mayan dark blue, tap that into the sky area, wash it down. I think I want to pick up a little bit of cerulean blue also, just to brighten it up a very little bit. Don't want too much. The sky's not going to be the main focal point here. Okay, and while this is wet, I'm going to drop in some trees along the back here. For this, I'm going to use some Daniel Smith Kyanite Genuine. We'll just work that in, let it bleed into the sky. We really just want a suggestion of some trees back here, distant trees. I think I want to add a little touch of color to this. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Phthalo turquoise just to add in there. Let that just kind of blend in, give it kind of a wintry look. I'm going to leave a little white area right in there. Lead the eye back into that distant area. May lift that out just a little bit more. Around the sky, lift some of that out. All right, now just kind of soften that up just a little bit more. Let that blend up just a bit. I think I'm going to put a little bit more down lower, and let's blend that in. Okay, I'm going to smooth out the bank here. And I took up a little bit too much here. I think I want to darken that up a little bit. All right. Now, let's grab the heat gun, dry this off a little bit. Okay, I think we're good there. So now let's work on our path a little bit. Again, I'm going to pick up some more of that Kyanite Genuine. Drop that in here. Soften these lines up a bit. The Kyanite Genuine lifts out very well, so it was a little bit too much, but it's easy to lift out. I don't think I mentioned I'm using a brand new brush. It's a Princeton Neptune number 12. All right, so now I want to work on the snowbanks just a little bit. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of cerulean blue. Let's just drop some snow shadows in here. Going in the direction of my bank, give it a little texture. I'll pick up a little bit of that Kyanite as well. Drop some of that in for some shadows in the snow. And again, because it lifts out so well, I'm not too worried about these marks being too dark. Well, the Phthalo turquoise can be more staining, so I want to work pretty quickly on that. Make sure that I don't have anything crazy going on there. All right, now I want to add a little bit more shadow here where the snowbank hits the path. Soften this up just a little bit. It's looking a little too rigid for me. All right, let's dry that off a little bit. Okay, now I want to put some trees in here. And I think I want one about here. I'll just roughly sketch in where I'd like to put it. That's really all I need to do right there. And then I'll put two over here. This one's going to be a little farther back. And then I'll put one right in here. Okay, I believe that's all I want to do here. All right, so now I'm picking up my number 4 Princeton Aqua Elite long round. And again, I want to pick up some Kyanite. It's a beautiful blue-gray. Got a little bit of sparkle to it. And let's go over here and put a tree in. I think I need a little more paint. We want to get this in the snow. I think I've got a little bit too much paint there, so again, I can lift that out. Let's work that around. All right. Going for a little bit smaller detail brush so I can get some finer branches in here on the tree. Oh, and I failed to mention, this is a Princeton Summit short liner. Looks like it's a 10/0. It's great for making these little small branches. So let's just keep adding. Fill in our tree. Let's make some branches coming in, kind of reaching down, filling this in. And we'll use the side of our brush to fill in some of those very small branches. I think we're getting pretty good here, so let's move on to the other side. I think I'll start over here on this tree. It's a little farther back, so I think I'm going to make it a little smaller. I'd like to make it a little lighter, but it will be something that we can do once we get this dropped in, because again, we're using the Kyanite, and it is wonderful for lifting and not leaving terrible marks or staining. I'll come down on this one a little. Again, we'll fill in on the side of the brush, making some additional branches. I'm sorry if my hand is blocking the camera. A little bit more, and then we'll put some detail in the sand. Oh, sand, the snow. Wrong season. I paint a lot of seascapes. The little crooked branches kind of give dimension. And then this one needs to come out a little bit longer, I believe. Brush is getting a little too dry, so it's dragging and not creating the branches like I want them to. All right. All right. Now let's just extend these out just a bit. I need to get a little more paint on my brush, dab it off, and then I'll turn it on the side. And I just want to do a little dry brushing on the side. This will give us the illusion of some of those little small bare branches. We don't need too much because the trees are bare. The thing about this little small brush though, there's not a lot of paint that stays on the brush, so you have to reload pretty frequently. But we're getting there. It's pretty much all I want to really put on there. Put a little bit more here. And again, that's the good thing about this paint. It will lift out easily. I want to lighten this up just a touch. Let's wet it and lighten it. There we go. I think I'll lighten that a little there too. Okay. All right. So that tree's done. Let's hop over and do it on the other side. Again, on the side. A little scruffing around, create those bare branches. I'll move this up here. And let's drop some branches in up on the top. right, lighten this up just a little bit. I think that's a little too heavy-handed. Maybe a little there also. All right. Now, let's drop in a little bit of shadow on our sand. Again, using the same Kyanite. And not too much. And I'll put a little water there. Darken this up a little bit more for shadow down here. All right, I think I need a little bit more detail and texture here on our path. So I'll drop it in, lift it out a little bit, drop some in, lift out. Same thing over here. And we'll make it, put a little bit of tire tracks or something in our path. Okay. Now one last thing I like to do is add a little bit more texture on the foreground. So we'll take some more of the Kyanite. And let's just do some little bit of grass coming up. Not a lot. But kind of peeking out of the snow. Do a little bit right here. And then just a little bit of texture. And I think we're done. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My materials will be listed in the description. And I hope you have a blessed day. We'll see you soon.